Hello everyone! I'm going to try and make this intro quick because I do not want to take too long to make this video, but this is a recap for my comic series Ninja Space, which is the 8th season in the series. If you're watching this without context of the other seasons, you can either do two things: watch the Ninjas recap part 1 and 2, or if the videos are too long for you, you can read them all on my website in the description below. This video was made for the people who forgot what happened in the season or don't feel like watching all 10 episodes to understand the next Ninja season. Alright, no more talking and let's get this started. Ninja Space, Episode 71, Threats from Out of This World. It has been 1 year since the battle between Neil and Yin for Hongtown, and the ninja are hosting a ninja fan greeting. The ninja notice though that Isaiah is late. Midway through the event, Ferris finds Isaiah and asks him where he was, but Isaiah refuses to answer. All of a sudden, the people in Metropolis notice a giant rocket slowly descending from the clouds. The ninja go to stop it, and find the rocket drilling into the Earth's core. The rocket grabs a glowing orb from the Earth, and the plant life begins to slowly die. The ninja head inside the rocket to retrieve the orb, but then the rocket blasts off, and Master Yang sees his students zoom off into space. All of a sudden, an alarm in the rocket goes off, and the ninja are now being hunted by an unknown alien race. Episode 72, The Everwinds. The ninja realize that their elemental powers are gone, and they make an assumption their powers only work on Earth and alternate dimensions. Together, they sneak through the rocket to find the orb, and they succeed, but then they get caught. They fight off a horde of four-eyed purple aliens, and they end up injuring one of them, but then they find out they can regenerate. The ninja fail in defeating the aliens and are apprehended. The general of this alien race tells them they cannot give them the orb on the orders of someone named Commander Korak. The ninja presume this is their leader. All of a sudden, an explosion is heard in the rocket. A group of masked, four-armed aliens show up to free the ninja from their handcuffs. They fight off the purple aliens, but the general of the purple-eyed monsters gets away with the orb belonging to Earth and flies away. The leader of the four-armed aliens tells the ninja to follow them into their ship, and they fly away. Episode 73, Welcome to Huashi. The ninja are brought to a sunny and beautiful planet called Huashi, a planet with mountains and fields made of flower petals and 5 suns. A society of aliens with white skin, 4 arms, and hair made of flower petals. The alien that ordered the ninja to come with them takes off his mask and tells them to follow him. The alien man goes into a military facility with the ninja and talks to the other Huashi soldiers about their mission. They talk about how they failed to get the orb, but then, all of a sudden, a girl with long green hair and a tiara barges in. The ninja find out this girl is named Princess May, the princess of Huashi. May sees the ninja and tries to comfort them. She explains that their race of Huashians are at war with the purple aliens called the Everwinds. For millions of years, the Huashians have fought the Everwinds to protect planets from getting their planet orbs taken, because without them, the planets begin to die. She tells the ninja that they can stay here until they retrieve their orb, but the gang are a little skeptical since they have been at war for so long. All of a sudden, Everwind jets enter the atmosphere of Huashi, and the soldiers go out to fight them. Mark offers to help them, but General Zeon, the leader of the Huashi army, refuses. So ninja go behind his back and find weapons in their storage to use. They use these weapons to take out the Everwind ships, and it helps prove to Zeon that they can in fact help them in this war. Before Zeon allows them into their army, he states they must speak with their queen first. Episode 74, The Palace of Gongshi. The ninja with their new gear and new alien friends head to the Palace of Gongshi, where the Queen of Huashi resides. As they head inside, the ninja talk with Princess May, and she mentions how she always wanted to join the fight against the Everwinds, but she was scared her mother would never allow it. But Neil says if she never asked, then you'll never know for sure, right? They get to the door to the queen, but before they do, Isaiah goes off to use the washroom. The ninja walk in and see a giant woman with insanely long blue hair, with a crown and 8 arms. They talk with the queen, and she allows them to join the fight, but then Stephanie asks, what are the Everwinds even planning to do? And the Queen of Huashi explains an alien named Commander Korak, the ruler of the Everwinds, began a conquest many years ago to steal the life source of every single planet. The Everwinds plan to use all the planet orbs to power a weapon that will wipe out everything in the universe. The Everwinds stole Huashi's orb first, but with the queen's power, she was able to keep the plant life from dying, but it resulted in the queen being unable to move forever. Meanwhile, with Isaiah, on his way back to the ninja, he gets attacked by a guard in the palace. They fight and the guard gets the upper hand on Isaiah, but then the guard realizes he knows Isaiah. The guard takes off his mask and we see a man with a beard and partly dyed hair. The man tells Isaiah that he is his brother. Isaiah realizes he is telling the truth and he calls him by his name, Ian. Isaiah asks Ian where he has been, but Ian ignores the question, which makes Isaiah angry. He yells, "Are you serious?" and walks off. Back with the ninja, before they leave the queen's quarters, Princess May decides to stay and talk with her mom about something. The ninja find Isaiah sulking in a corner and ask him what's wrong. He tells them what happened. The gang asks why Isaiah never brought up he had a brother, and it's because he never wanted them to know. All of a sudden, May shows up and exclaims her mom actually allowed her to join the Huashi army and fight the Everwinds. Princess May is asked about Ian by Isaiah, and she tells Isaiah that he was found by Huashi soldiers years ago, when they first investigated Earth. He wanted to come with the Huashians, so they brought him to Huashi. Ian apparently didn't want to go back to Earth for some reason. Isaiah, enraged, states he does not care about Ian anymore. If he wanted to be away from his family, he can stay away. Episode 75, Flight to Mavial. Now that the ninja are part of the Huashi force, they are residing in their military quarters. All of a sudden, Princess May walks in with her new soldier outfit. General Zeon discusses their plan to stop the Everwinds. Zeon states that they are going to infiltrate Mavial, the planet of the Everwinds, and unlike their past plans of trying to sneak in, they will be storming the planet with every troop they have on Huashi. The Everwinds apparently only need one more orb to complete their weapon, so they need all hands on deck. Zeon tells the ninja they will be part of the main team to help destroy the weapon. The ninja asks how they could even defeat the Everwinds if they regenerate, and Zeon says their weakness is their heart. If you strike it, then they can't regenerate. The plan is set, so before the Huashi army take flight, the ninja get new armor. As the ninja are preparing for the attack, Isaiah meets with Ian again, and he came to apologize to Isaiah for what happened. Isaiah asks why he left and didn't come back, and so Ian explains. Ian says after what happened to her, he ran into the woods in tears. He accidentally ran into a Huashi ship and flew off before he can get out. The Huashians found him and he was still in a state of sadness. He hugs one of the Huashians and says he doesn't want to leave. Ian says to Isaiah he just couldn't go back there after what happened. Isaiah rages at Ian, saying that all because of that day he abandoned him and their father, and states that he's selfish and never thinks before he acts. Isaiah storms off and the Huashians fly off to Mavial. On their way there, Mark sees an Everwind rocket descending on another planet, the same one that went to Earth. That planet hosts the last orb they need to wipe out the entire universe. Mark insists they stop them, but Zeon says they can't because it's more important they storm the main planet, Mavial. Mark doesn't want to take the chance of people losing their lives for the greater cause, so he tells Ferris, Darius, and Isaiah to take a shuttle and go stop the rocket against Zeon's orders. The trio head out and fly off to stop the Everwinds from taking the final orb. Episode 76, Battle on Mavial. Mark decides to take a nap on the way to Mavial, and has a nightmare where he sees Nintropolis in flames, and his team and Master Yang brutally killed in a pile of bodies. Behind him, a man with purple eyes and a sword slashes Mark, and it makes him wake up. He forgets about the dream, and focuses on the mission. The Huashis arrive to Mavial, but before they land, they get attacked by Everwind's ships. They fight them off and are able to infiltrate Mavial. They storm Commander Korak's facility and begin their way to find the orbs. The ninja leave the ship, but before Princess May does, Zeon stops her and tells her he has orders to make her stay inside the ship. May asks why, and he states the queen told him. Princess May realizes that her mom didn't truly allow her to join the fight, only to join the ride there. The Huashians rush into the building where the orbs are held, until they realize they were moved. They fell into a trap, and are all arrested. All of a sudden, a giant man with armor and a helmet with a sharp blade on top walks in. This man is Commander Korak. He comes face to face with the ninja and explains to them his reasonings for wanting to wipe out the entire universe. He says that this universe is poisoned and rotten, and he believes the only way to fix it is to wipe out everything. But when he successfully uses the machine, it will make a new universe in its place, resetting everything. Commander Korak knows he will die along everyone else, but he does not care. He orders the Hwashians and the ninja to be taken to their prison. Episode 77, The Ruins. We see what is going on with Isaiah, Darius, and Ferris, and they are heading towards the planet with the last orb. They find out this planet is called The Ruins, and it apparently has no lives on it. They arrive to the ruins and they try to shoot the rocket trying to take the orb, but the rocket shoots them down, and they land on the surface. They fight out the Everwines to prevent them from getting the orb. During the fight, they find out they can use their elemental powers, specifically on this planet. Ferris tells Darius he can use his katanas to shut down the rocket, so Darius goes inside. Darius tries to power it down, but fails and gets caught. Meanwhile, with Ferris and Isaiah, they are being overwhelmed. Ferris asks for Isaiah's help, but before he does, Isaiah's phone gets blasted away, so instead of helping Ferris, he goes to get his phone. After Isaiah gets it, he realizes Ferris and Darius were taken, and the rocket is beginning to fly away. Isaiah tries to go after it, but he gets blasted away and is now stranded on the ruins. Episode 78, The Universe's Last Hope, Part 1. We go back in time, where Isaiah was a young boy, and we see him and Ian in a hospital. His father comes out of a room and tells them to come inside. We see a woman with blonde hair on the bed, hooked up with a life support system, breathing very slowly. His father tells Isaiah and Ian she does not have much time left, so she wanted to tell them something. Isaiah and Ian's mother tells them to promise her that they will protect each other when she is gone. Before she goes, she asks them to hold her hand, but Ian begins to freeze. He doesn't hold her hand, and moments after, she dies. Isaiah begins to get mad at his brother for not holding her hand in her last moments, and the boys begin to fight. Their father in tears breaks them up, and Ian runs away. Isaiah's father tells Isaiah to stay in the room as he goes after Ian. We go back to the present where Isaiah is trying his best to get the shuttle up and running, but nothing is working. Isaiah, after looking at his phone, begins to contemplate his decisions. If he didn't go after his phone, his friends wouldn't have been taken. Now, because of his selfishness, he will now be stuck on this planet forever. He begins to freak out and start running and running and running. He doesn't stop. He begins to run laps around the entire planet. All of a sudden, Isaiah's eyes begin to glow and he explodes. We see the ninja and the Hwashians trapped in the Mavial prison, all sad. But then, Isaiah busts into the room. Isaiah gets up and is confused how he even got here. The ninja are also confused. Before Isaiah can even comprehend what just occurred, Ferris begins to berate Isaiah. He is mad for what he did. He tells Isaiah he is selfish, spoiled, and ignorant to others. He brings up Isaiah being late to the ninja greeting, and that's when Isaiah reveals he was late because his father passed away. He states his father died a couple days ago, and he was busy burying him in his graveyard. Isaiah denies the ninjas forgiveness because right now is not the time. He asks them how he can get them out of the prison, and Xion tells him where the key is, and it's in the basement of the prison. He heads off, but on the way, he runs into Princess May. The two work together to find the key, and find out it is being guarded by a giant monster Everwine. They fight the Everwine and lose, and Isaiah is about to be eaten by the giant monster Everwine. As Isaiah is being held by the monster, he tries to give May motivation to defeat it by telling her it doesn't matter that her mother lied to her and didn't truly believe she could be a soldier, because Isaiah believes in her, and he says, if one person believes in you, that's all that matters. She uses a gun and defeats the monster, and they are able to get the key. They break out the ninja and the Hwashi army, and Xion leads the army to have their final battle. Episode 79, The Universe's Last Hope, Part 2. The battle between Hwashi and Mavial is still going, and the Hwashians are losing, and many are losing their lives. Commander Korak is overseeing everything and tells his general to start the end ceremony. The Huashi army and the ninja escape the prison and make a plan. They split into two groups, where half of Huashi's army goes to steal shuttles from the Everwinds to help the soldiers already on the battlefield, while the rest of the army, including Zeon, the ninja, and Princess May, go to storm Commander Korak's tower to take him down once and for all. They split off and fight off the horde in front of the tower. In the fight, Ian comes in to save Isaiah, and they successfully infiltrate the tower. Ian and Isaiah have a talk about their differences, and forgive each other for what happened. The group heads in and takes an elevator up into the tower. They get stopped on their way by an ambush. All the Huashi soldiers tell the ninja, Zeon, and Princess May to go and take out Commander Korak while they hold the Everwind soldiers off. The ninja arrive to the highest floor and have their clash with Commander Korak. In their fight, Korak uses a weapon called the Multi-Weapon, a weapon that can morph into any weapon he so desires. It is powered by an ancient gem. The group tries their best to take out Korak, but to no avail. Ian successfully gets a good hit on Korak, but that enrages him. He grabs Ian by the face and begins to slowly crush his skull. Princess May saves him, but his face mask is damaged, resulting in him being unable to breathe. Isaiah begins to freak out, realizing his loss of oxygen. He tries to give his mask to Ian to help him breathe, but Ian stops him. Ian tells Isaiah one last thing: to keep fighting. The light fades from Ian's eyes, and Ian dies. Isaiah, now having lost so many people in his life, loses it. He rushes at Korak and almost kills him, but sadly, he missed his heart. So Korak throws Isaiah out of the tower, and he falls. Commander Korak realizes the end ceremony is starting, so he teleports away. The ninja notice a giant hole begin to open up in the middle of the facility, and they see all the planet orbs in the giant machine. This was the weapon. Korak begins to power the device, and it begins to spin rapidly. Isaiah, realizing the end of the universe was about to come, rushes at the machine. He jumps in and rips out an orb from the machine, and it ends up malfunctioning and it implodes. The Huashians have won and apprehend every Everwind on the planet, but they mysteriously aren't able to find Commander Korak. Zeon tells the ninja that he was able to get their planet orb for Earth, and he decides to take them back home. They arrive to Earth and place the orb back in the core. The ninjas say their farewells to Princess May and General Zeon as they fly back in space. Later that evening, the ninja are hanging out with Emrys and Joshua, and they talk about their adventure. Meanwhile, Isaiah on his own is still mourning Ian. All of a sudden, Isaiah notices an Everwind ship descending in the Earth's atmosphere. But not just one, but multiple. An invasion is beginning. Episode 80, Invasion. Isaiah alerts the ninja about what he's seen, but they already know. The ninja, Master Yang, and Astrid all head towards the orb, so they cannot steal it once again. They arrive and come face to face with Commander Korak once more. Korak explains how he was able to escape the Huashians. Once he lost, he teleported to the Marviel's moon, where he did experiments to make a second army. Commander Korak tells the ninja about the second army of Everwinds, who are more vicious and rabid than the intelligent ones on Marviel. These things were kept as a backup plan in case Korak failed. Now Korak plans to use them to murder every single living being on every planet, starting with Earth. The Everwinds land and begin to ravage Nintropolis, and the police are struggling against their regeneration. Yang and Asher go to help the police, while the ninja battle Korak. After they blast Korak away with their elemental powers, they realize they have to stop the remaining ships in the sky from landing, because if they all land, Nintropolis will be flattened. Isaiah has an idea, to use his teleporting ability to destroy the ships from the inside, but he can only teleport to some place he's already been. So he runs off to one of the ships that have already landed on Nintropolis. The remaining ninja hold off Korak in the meantime. As Isaiah is off, he calls up Emrys and Joshua and asks where they are, because he needs their power to help prevent the ship debris from falling on innocent people. The ninja fight Korak and aim to destroy his multi-weapon gem. the thing that powers it. Without it, he'll be at a disadvantage. Isaiah meets with Joshua and Emrys, and they help Isaiah get inside the ship, and he destroys it by destroying the core. Isaiah now having been inside the ship, Isaiah runs off to teleport to the other ones. Meanwhile with the ninja, Korak is able to pin down Ferris, but Ferris powers up, and he begins to breathe fire out of his mouth. Ferris burns Korak's face, and Stephanie takes a shot with her shooter spear and knocks his head clean off. The ninja take their chance to strike his heart, but fail. That's when we see Korak's true face for the first time. Meanwhile with Isaiah, he's successfully destroying all the ships, leaving one left. The ninja are having an intense battle with unmasked Korak, but Korak defeats them. They call up Isaiah to tell him the situation, and Isaiah gets an idea. He runs up to Korak and tricks him by using his speed to teleport into the last ship. With Korak confused, the ninja used that confusion to take out the multi-weapon. Korak still does not admit defeat and teleports into the ship with Isaiah. The ninja are unable to get inside, so Isaiah is all on his own. Korak makes a deal with Isaiah to have a one-on-one brawl with no powers or weapons but just hands. Isaiah somehow agrees to this and they fight. The ninja try to tell Isaiah to destroy the ship and leave, but he ignores them. Isaiah though is losing badly. Korak laughs seeing the human who destroyed his machine like this. Korak tells Isaiah to just give up, but Isaiah remembers his brother's final words and refuses. Isaiah gets some good hits on Korak and tricks him into destroying the power source of his own ship. Isaiah teleports out of the ship after saying he only agreed to his terms because he wanted Korak to destroy his own ship out of his own ego. The ship blows up and kills Commander Korak. The ninja reunite with Isaiah and congratulate him on being victorious. Isaiah apologizes to the ninja and tells them he will be better from now on. Late into the night, Mark goes to sleep and has the same nightmare as before, but this time he gets flashes of strange images. After, he sees the man with purple glowing eyes and the sword once more as he wakes up in fear. Mark again forgets what exactly happened in the nightmare, but all he can recollect is his feeling of dread. And that was a recap for Ninja Space. If you actually watched all of this, thank you very much. And stay tuned for the Ninjas episode 81 video coming very soon. Everyone have a good day, and I'll see you all later.